Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste friends. One of our subscribers again prompted me to look into a nice video on Yoga Taras by Mr. Alok ji, powerful, very important, prominent astrologer. He wanted me to check if an Excel can be made based upon the original research that is described in the video. I will share the link there in the Excel. These Yoga Taras, they refer to the principal star. We speak of the 27 constellations, but within this constellation, each nakshatra that represents its essential nature and energy. These stars serve as a reference point for the respective nakshatras. See, each nakshatra, of course, we know spans for 13 degrees 20 minutes, but the exact position of the Yoga Tara, the real nakshatra of that, need not be exactly in the middle of the constellation or anything like that. It would be in some particular degree wherein the entire content of that nakshatra gets focused into that particular point. So this, Mr. Alokji says, would be the most relevant and revealing factor for analyzing a chart. So he gives an example of, it's not only a particular degree, it is a span of degrees which he divides into three segments. The first segment is a strong segment, and some middle segment which is a weak segment, and the third segment again a strong segment, and the segment ranges he gives in his video, and of course takes us through examples where he interprets the chart based upon the exact tara that the yoga tara that planet goes into. He takes, I was trying to reproduce this example as well, and thought if we people can do it in Excel, that would be an interesting feature where we can check where our planets are, or some of our relatives or friends or known people, and get to know how strong our charts are, how weak our charts are, and use this methodology for interpretation. That's the idea. So let me take you through this. I give the date of input just before, and I found that he is using Chandrahari's Sayanamsa most likely, which is true Moola. So it is left to you to choose the Ayanamsa of your choice here and give the date of birth, time and place, time zone. The latitude, longitude are automatically picked up in this Excel. So you don't have to, time zone of course you have to manually give. So once you do that, see, the idea here is you have the nakshatras and each yoga tara spans for a particular range of degrees. So that is identified here. He gives in terms of each rasi is the 30 degree span, whereas I put it in terms of the 360 degree span so that it is easier for computation. So the span 1 starts at a particular degree and ends at a particular degree. Span 2 of the same yoga tara starts and ends. The span 3 starts and ends. So each total span is 12 degrees, and that is equally distributed as into 3 parts, which is 4 degrees here, 4 degrees for the next span, 4 degrees for the last span. So given a particular degree, wherever your sun is or your moon is, where it falls determines the chart. I tried to erect this example wherein he gives, mostly he has not given me any date of birth, all that. I assumed it to be some number and trying to reproduce his chart. Essentially I wanted to get the same lagna there, and of course the degrees, and also I used this Ayanamsa. If you see here, I used Chandrahari Ayanamsa because he has some Kerala lineage, and therefore, and I found it reproducing more or less his lagna. For some Mumbai I gave, place of birth was also hidden in his case. But more idea is not to copy or do anything about it. I just wanted to check if we are able to get his own explanations of the yoga taras. So you can maybe cast your chart based upon this information, or if you fine tune it better, it will be easier for us to follow that example. So let me put it for the North Indian audience, that chart also. He interprets this chart saying that he directly jumps to say Jupiter, for instance. Jupiter is a weak planet, though it is in Magam, in a French sign, it is coming out to be weak. The strong, weak and all are based upon the Yoga Tara segment that it is in. For a span 1 it is strong. If it is turning out to be span 2, it becomes weak. Span 3 again it is strong, as per that video he says. And this particular person has Mars terribly weak, though it shows to be in the 10th house. But you will find difficulties in finding a job. Yeah, all that prominence of Mars will not come through. And his Jupiter is weak, so is the sixth lord. Getting a child, Jupiter Karakatva becomes weak. All that he explains very nicely in that video. And I don't get Saturn weak, and he takes it to be Saturn weak. I get Saturn to be strong in his chart for the same degree, because 23 degrees 24 minutes is what he is also getting, and we are also getting 23 degrees 24 minutes for Chandrahari Nayanamsa. And for that, if we work out the span in the 23 degrees 24 minutes, would be seen, these colors are for the third segment. 23 degrees 24 minutes in terms of overall degrees, I can check, that is easier. For Saturn, it is 293.4 degrees. So 293.4 would be somewhere in this segment, 290 to 300, the first segment, which is quite strong. So what you like to understand is, if you have a particular nakshatra, it need not be, the yoga tara can be a little offset from the nakshatra itself. So the yoga tara for a particular nakshatra constellation could be in a different nakshatra as well. So that you have to understand. You can cast for different people's charts here, and then immediately all these become weak or strong. And if you want to understand your pre-1900 charts, say Mahatma Gandhiji's or something, then you have to put data of input. What you can do is, this is still for post 1900 only, but you can just paste the sun moon longitudes, ascent and sun moon longitudes directly here. You can paste from, I created already one Excel for pre-1900. I think Jaimini longevity, that example at pre-1900. So just to generate all that there, copy paste the sun moon ascendant to Ketu here. So that will help you to work out those charts. So this is how you can use this Yoga Tara as for multiple people very quickly. Download this Excel and give us the feedback. Thank you.